Hey everyone, it's Matt. January 15th is a critical date when it comes to stimulus checks. Why, you ask? Well, for the exact reasons I'm going to discuss in this video. So let's get right into it. But hey, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Matt. My dedication is to come back every day to help you navigate this time and to make sure I can help you as your daily advocate to grab any and all benefits and money that you can possibly be eligible for during this time. So if you like the sound of that, make sure to hit that subscribe button right below the video. And if you're returning, welcome back. So great to see you. As always, I really appreciate you. Make sure to share this video with your friends, family, and social media so we can help as many people as we possibly can during this time. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. So, January 15th, I say. Why is that such an important date? In fact, January 15th is on Friday, just a few more days from now. Why is that such a critical date when it comes to stimulus checks? Well, let me explain it. Let's take a step back really quickly and talk about the current stimulus bill, the $900 billion stimulus bill that President Trump signed in late December. This is going to tell you why January 15th is very, very important. So, this $900 billion bill that President Trump signed includes those $600 stimulus checks, right? $600 for adults, $600 for dependents. Everybody knows this, right? You know it, I know it. We want the $600. But why is January 15th keep coming up? Well, within the bill, there's this provision. The IRS must distribute the $600 stimulus checks to eligible recipients by January 15th. Well, that's in a couple days. What happens if you don't get your stimulus check by then? Well, let me say a couple things. First of all, like I said, they need to distribute these payments by January 15th. That means even if you're waiting to get a paper check or a prepaid debit card, technically they could distribute it on January 15th, even if it arrives to you by, say, I don't know, the 25th, 10 days later. It would still technically be within that window because it's been distributed. The IRS pushed it out by January 15th. But as far as direct deposits and things like that, I mean, they should be done by January 15th. Why? Well, they need to have them distributed by January 15th. If these payments are not distributed by January 15th, guess what happens then? Yes, the dreaded thing that everybody doesn't want to do right now, and that is file a tax return. Yeah, I know. It's really frustrating and not ideal, but that's what they're saying. If the payments are not distributed and you do not have your payment in your possession and or a paper check or prepaid debit card on its way to you by January 15th, unfortunately, you'll need to file a tax return in order to get it. That is what they are saying. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking, and I'll answer your question, and that is, well, wait. I receive Social Security, retirement, disability, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB. I don't file a tax return because I'm not required to each year because my income is low enough that I don't need to file. What do I do then? Well, again, unfortunately, if you don't want to file a tax return, just like always, you don't need to, but you would leave $600 on the table. That's the difference. So the deal is, even if you don't file a tax return because you're somebody who receives any of these benefits, like I've been saying, Social Security, SSI, VA, or maybe you're just someone who has low income and you typically, you work, let's just say you work part-time or whatever, and your income is low enough where you don't need to file a tax return. There's a lot of you out there. A lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Same thing for you. If you typically don't file a tax return, in order to get the $600, if you haven't received it yet, that's how you do it. You have to file a tax return. This is, I know, really frustrating for so many people. It's unfortunate, but this is what they're saying. This is what we have to do. So let me guide you through this a little bit further. First thing I would recommend, go onto the IRS Get My Payment tool and check the status of your payment. So here's what you can do. Go to the irs.gov/getmypayment website. Enter your information, your social security number, your birth date, your street address, and your postal code, and it'll bring you into your portal. See what it says there. Look under payment number 2. That's what we're talking about, payment number 2. See what it says there. It's very important to see what that status says. In fact, I released a video yesterday. You might want to check that one out also, depending on your status. In the tool there, if you get a not available status, check out my video from yesterday. I talked specifically about the not available status. If you see that in the tool, check that video out. But again, you want to pay attention to, are they sending you a paper check, a prepaid debit card? Are they sending you a direct deposit? Do they have the last 4 digits of your account number on there? Another thing that they've been mentioning too is, hey, sorry, we sent millions upon millions of people payments to the wrong account. Unbelievable. But yeah, it's a true thing. Millions upon millions of people did not get their payments simply because the IRS sent their money to the wrong account. So it sounds like millions of people have actually been corrected and the money was redirected into the correct account, but there's still millions of people out there who have not received the money yet. Well, why? There's a variety of reasons why. Maybe you have a bank account change. Maybe your address has changed. Maybe for some reason they give you this not available status for a million other perfectly good reasons. You know what I mean? I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But again, so this is kind of the frustrating thing. But like I said, I would highly recommend check out the Get My Payment tool. See what that status says. We need to know what that says because maybe it's on its way to you right now and you don't even know. Or maybe, unfortunately, you're one of these people that has the not available status and you need to file a tax return. All right, so if you need to file a tax return, how can you do this? Well, you can actually file a free federal return. That's what you need to do. It's a federal return, the federal tax return. That's where you're going to see it. So you need to file a federal tax return. Again, really quickly, I just want to say, this is not accounting advice. It's not tax advice. I'm just telling you what you should probably look into. Maybe talk to somebody who understands your specific situation. I'm just trying to walk you through this. You need to file the federal tax return. It's free. You can do it online. It should take you literally 10, 15 minutes. It's pretty quick, especially if you're someone who receives Social Security, SSI, VA, or your low income, and you have like a W-2 and maybe you earn $10,000, $12,000 a year, it should be pretty straightforward. You need any W-2s or 1099 from Social Security. You need these documents in order to file your tax return because it's going to ask you how much gross income did you have in 2020, and you need to input these numbers. So the numbers have to be accurate, by the way. You can't just guess and say, well, I think I got about $1,200 a month. You can't guess. You have to give exact numbers. It's very important. So you just fill out the federal tax return, and on there, you want to make sure that you're claiming the recovery rebate credit. That is the stimulus check. I've talked about it before in my other videos, but basically the stimulus check was in 2020. It was an advance on a refundable tax credit that's going to show up on your 2020 return. Well, long story short, that's what it is. It's the recovery rebate credit. Make sure you're claiming that. When you work through the process, depending on the software you're using, it should be showing somewhere on your screen the amount of money that you should be getting back. All of a sudden, when you click the box or you hit the box or whatever you do to claim the recovery rebate credit, it should all of a sudden pop up. Dang, money just out of thin air shows up right there in the amount that is going to be sent back to you as a refund. So you should be able to see that on there. Again, this should be able to walk you through this, but again, we got January 15th coming up soon. If you don't get a direct deposit by the end of the day, January 15th, again, you might have to check your mailbox. It could be on its way, still in transit as a paper check or prepaid debit card. Otherwise, unfortunately, you might be one of those people that has to file a tax return. Now, if you're somebody that usually does file a tax return, this shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? I know you have to wait a little bit longer, but you have to file a tax return anyway. Another thing too, I want to stress this. Make sure to enter your direct deposit information into your tax return when you file. The reason for that is when they go to issue your payment, if you have direct deposit information in there, they can send you that payment relatively quickly. Now, when I say relatively quickly, I mean, 1 week, I don't want to say 1 week. Give it 2 weeks. Usually within 2 weeks, you should be able to get your payment as a direct deposit. So I hope that helps you out. Otherwise, if you don't enter in direct deposit information, then you're going to have to wait for a paper check, and we all know that's going to take significantly longer. So anyway, I hope this video helps you out. January 15th is coming up, so continue checking that. But like I said, check the Get My Payment tool, irs.gov/getmypayment, and that should clear things up for you. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Make sure to share this video. Let's help out as many people as we possibly can, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm on your team. I want to help you out in any way I can. Stay safe. I'll see you later. Thanks.